Alright, so here's everything that I need to do the modifications for my bike. Things that I'm not going to do right now are the 16-tooth sprocket and the spring, because I'm waiting for the spring compressors tools, but I am going to do the Eaglemike drill-through subframe bolt upgrade kit and the Wattman Thermobob, as well as fix some of the small cracks I have in the cowling. So stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is remove the seat and the side panels so I can pull the tank. Then I'm also going to pull the crash bars so I can take the cowlings off, or the bearings. And here's the crack that I'm going to be repairing right there. Can't really see it too well. I'm going to glue that, and then I'm going to see what I can do about the crack down here. So we've removed the two 8mm bolts in the side panel and the 10mm bolt that holds the seat on. So now we're going to pull the seat off. And we're just going to lift up from the back and then pull down. And you can see the alarm that I have in there. And that's what I did the other day, shrink wrapped all the alarm tubing and whatnot. And it goes down through there. Now we're going to take off the two 10mm bolts here. We'll pull the vent tube there and pull the petcock tube there as well. Right, so now pull this tube, get it off. And be sure to note that this tube comes up through here, so along these, between these rubber grommets, just make sure you get everything back how it goes. So once you move this clip, pop it goes. And before we pull the fuel tank, I need to take this stuff off. When you remove the fairing here, there is a little nut plate there, and then on the screw there's that tiny washer. Be sure and keep all that together. So I've got the right side done. This is new to me, but you should take the crash bars off before you undo the cowling. It just makes working with it a little bit easier. So now we're going to get started on the left side. One other thing, I'm not sure, Happy Trails, I didn't install this PD Nerf bar kit on this, but this cross member here, there's another rubber grommet. I need to remember where all those go because I gotta get new ones. But this crossbar here, I don't think is in the right spot. So you can see it's fitting right in there. It looks like a tight fit. But the issue that I'm having with that is that this is what it's done to this left or the right side fairing. So the fairing sits on the bike like this. If you look in there, that crossbar has rubbed the fairing pretty significantly, and then also it's wedged up against there and it's cracked and dented in that piece right there. So I'm not sure, Happy Trails, maybe you guys can tell me, but it doesn't seem to be good, because this is what's dented in that fairing and this is what's rubbed. So I don't know if it's just in the wrong position or what, but you can see this side has plenty of clearance and plenty of clearance for this cross member. So One other thing I'd be interested to hear about from Happy Trails is that corrosion? I'm not sure. I can't tell why it's just on the Happy Trails stuff. But alright, this is something else I recommend you do, keeping everything organized. So here I've got my crash bar bolts with the mangled rubber washers. I've got my seat bolts. I have my fuel tank bolts with their washers. I have the spacer, and then the 3 washers they were using as a spacer, and my top cowling bolts, or screws. Those have a screw head. And then these are all my fairing bolts, the 2 for the bottom, and then the sides and top. So keeping it all organized. So now what we're left with is a fairingless bike. So I need to, that stays on the radiator, that plastic radiator guard. Well, that could be why it come out of the little holes right here and right here for it. That's okay. So it's still a little warm. Wait for that to cool off a little bit more. But we're gonna go ahead and do the drill through subframe bolt kit upgrade, so we'll do that next. I'm running out of daylight fast. It's taking me about an hour and a half to get down to this state. But I have the frame apart, and so I'm about to start drilling. I'm going to do the outsides first, I think, just to get started, so I can see how it's going to feel. So then I'm going to do that, and then with the bike already disassembled, it shouldn't take too long to get the Thermobob done. I have access to everything, so I'll knock that out. So here we go. So with the 2000, alright, so for cutting oil, I'm just using 3-in-1 oil. I'm using a battery operated Ryobi, so we'll see how this goes. Ooh. So don't be too eager. I forgot to cover the gap right there. So I'm going to go ahead and, I cleaned it up a little bit before I got started, but it's still going to take a little bit of covering and whatnot. So I think we made it through all the way. Yep. And if you look through, you can see right through. So that was with the smaller bit, so now we're going to use the bigger bit.